Well, something like this, pretty rare.
7 years of work and millions of years of fossilization has resulted in this. It's the best preserved Triceratops skull in Canadian history. Her name is Callie, and she's now on display at the Royal Tyrrell Museum of Paleontology in Drumheller, Alberta. The team here estimates that she was a young adult when she died around 68 million years ago, only discovered after a flood swept through southern Alberta, and researchers went looking for more dinosaurs.
We were searching along the Old Man River, which was an area along that we had previously found material, so we were searching some of those old sites. And as we were walking along, just sitting in the cobble bar, we noticed a bone called the predentary, which is like the beak, on the bottom portion of the beak.
They looked up and saw a piece of the cheek sticking out, then finding the tip of a horn. Excitement building that they might have come across something spectacular.
I flipped over a little chunk of rock, and we noticed that the other horn was there. So we had the left and the right horn. And once we saw both of that, we were pretty confident that we were probably going to have the whole skull.
In 2015, 1 year after the initial discovery, a helicopter transported the massive excavation to the Royal Tyrrell Museum. That's where work began, chipping away the rock millimeter by millimeter.
You can see like all the grooves and the pits on there, so each of those grooves and pits I had to like get in there with my little air scribe and clean those out. It's not just a question of, like sticking this tiny piece to this tiny piece. It was like sticking, a piece that weighs more than I do to another piece that weighs like 5 times as much as I do.
Work with Callie is far from over. Researchers will now be taking the lead, learning what they can from a skull that they believe holds answers to questions that haven't yet been thought of.
We can tell a lot about how these animals were evolving and changing through time. And specimens like this, where we have them being exceptionally complete, just add more data to that already existing data set. So it'll be really good to see how this fits into the picture of Triceratops taxonomy and Triceratops evolution.
It's an exciting project for everyone involved, something to mark a career with and bring excitement to those who come to see it.
I'm hoping that it's something that will spark people's interest in science in general. I mean, paleontology in particular, of course, but maybe just science in general.
From Drumheller, Jillian Code, City News.